As to the debt, absolutely, the decline of the American empire is shown by the fact that just like you and I in our personal lives, we would like to be able to earn enough money to buy the things we need. End of story. We don't want to be in the position of borrowing. Because if, for example, I can't afford to buy an automobile, I have to borrow the money. And in case you haven't paid attention, when you borrow money to buy a car, the car ends up costing you more than the price you paid because you have to pay interest on the loan with which you bought the car. So if the more people are indebted, the more everything costs them. When you hear about an inflation, you may think, oh, it's only about the price of a dozen eggs or a quart of milk or a loaf of bread. It is all those things, but it's also the level of debt that adds to everybody an interest cost. You see that at the end of the month when you get your credit card bill. There you begin to see you're going to have to pay a lot of money that in the end is about the eggs you bought, but you paid a certain amount at that time, and then you have to pay interest on what you borrowed to buy those eggs. Debt is a sign that an economy is having trouble. Okay? The debt of the United States now is at an all-time high. That's the government debt. But you can also look at corporate debt. The debt of corporations is also at an all-time high. And the debt of individual households is just below the all-time high and about to surpass it probably next year. So we are a country, all of whose debts, government debt, private business debt, and private household debt, are all at record highs. That's an alarm bell. To give you an idea of one of the meanings of it, this coming year, we will all be paying taxes to go to the government, and it will cost the government something on the order of between $600 and $800 billion of our tax money that doesn't pay for schools or hospitals or roads or anything we want. It's just interest on all the debt the government has assumed. And who gets it? Well, of course, the people who lend to the government. And if you've never had a visit from a government official negotiating with you about how much you're going to lend to the government, then you already know that where that interest goes is not to you. It's going to corporations and the rich who have the money that they lend to the government. In order to let me drive it home to you about the bizarreness, the American government is the most indebted government on this planet. We are number one debtor country. And the two countries that have lent to us the most are Japan and the People's Republic of China. They are the two largest creditors for the United States, who is the largest debtor. Another alarm bag ought to go off. Whoa. But now let me enjoy with you one of the implications that the Chinese People's Republic of China is a major creditor. They own about, get ready, 700, give or take, $700 billion worth of the debt of the United States. The United States government has to raise taxes to collect the money to pay to China every year interest on the debt. When you borrow from China, you have to pay interest, like any borrower, from the creditor, which means you and I are paying our taxes, part of which the government of the United States collects and sends to the People's Republic of China, who can do whatever they want with billions and billions of our tax money. That's how this is being handled. And if you didn't know that, That's more denial, friends. That's more of what's going on that you are not told. By the way, is this a secret? No, no, no. Take me 5 minutes. I mean, I'm an economist, but I could show you, take you 5 minutes to go to that government website where they'll tell you who is lending to the United States government, how much do we owe each country, how much interest flows there each year, all public information. But like everything else, something that neither Kamala Harris nor Donald Trump had any interest in discussing. They could discuss lots of other issues, it turns out, just not those that might reveal what it means to be a declining empire.
Thank you.